In the tangled depths of the deadly Gnarlwood, rival warbands battle over territory and plunder. Hidden deep amidst the vast forest known as the Gnarlwood, there is a crashed void ship of enormous size. To those few mortals who have laid eyes upon it and lived to tell the tale, this structure is known as Talaxis, the Ravening Ruin. The rumors that surround it speak of vaults filled with treasures beyond imagination, artifacts of cosmic provenance that can alter the nature of reality itself. The legend of the Ravening Ruin has summoned forth intrepid warbands from far and wide, who flock to the savage wilds of the realm of beasts in search of this fabled location. Many desire nothing more than glory and plunder at any cost. Some are driven by the rapacious desires of malevolent gods, while others wish only to safeguard mortal kind from dangers it cannot hope to comprehend. These rival warbands face off against one another in desperate skirmishes, brutal struggles for control of vital resources or those few meager shelters not yet devoured by the hungry forest. All the while they must drive ever deeper into the Gnarlwood, a tangled and overgrown mass of predatory trees that is home to every form of flesh-eating horror imaginable. Only the strongest can hope to endure such a nightmarish odyssey into the unknown and survive to reach the fabled vaults of Talaxis itself. This is the tale of two such warbands doing battle for plunder and glory. Perched atop a misty hill overlooking the Gnarlwood, an ancient fortress broods in silence. It stands alone amidst bare desolation. Cracked flagstones of a long-forgotten city from the Mythic Age. Though dilapidated, these ruins would make for an excellent base camp to any who would dare claim it as their own. If the key structures are held, an intrepid warband could take ownership of the mouldering ruins and the treasures contained within. Two such warbands have stumbled across this decaying fortress and now vie for its possession. The Iron Golems are master blacksmiths who believe themselves destined to forge tools of destruction for Archaon's own armies. Amongst the war-racked Ferrium mountains of Shaman, the legions of this cult are renowned for their dauntless resilience. Those who face them must overcome fanatical forgecraft and ironclad discipline alike. They have struggled through the manifold dangers of the Gnarlwood and overcome the treacherous crags to get this far, and will fight with every fiber of their being to claim this crumbling fortress. The Tarantulos Brood worship a dark power known as the Eightfold Watcher and seek out mutagenic substances to uplift their mortal forms and grow ever closer to the sacred shape of their spidery god. These strange and sinister warriors act as an eerie psychic gestalt, communing with the spiders they keep as livestock, and stalk the wilds in search of prisoners upon whom to experiment. Neither mist nor enemy will impede their dominance of this hillside stronghold. The warbands approach the fortress, break up into groups, when momentarily the mists recede a little. allowing for a show of strength as threats are exchanged.
In the name of the Watcher, we claim this fortress for the Brood.
Vile spider thing, we shall crush you to pulp and take what is ours. You cannot contend with the might of the Iron Golem.
We shall see. Swarm them.
Break their bones! Kill them all!
The battle begins.
We must make haste, haste, haste.
The swift-footed Tarantulos Brood make a push to claim the fortress walls without delay. But the heavily armored Iron Golems are just as anxious to seize possession of the stronghold.
Forward! Follow me!
Warcry, the Dominar, leader of the Iron Golems, leads by example, fully prepared to face any danger first, instilling a tremendous fighting spirit within the armored bosom of each and every one of his warband. Both warbands advance as quickly as they dare, sending forth their respective fighters deeper into the mists, further into the ruins. Mindful of snares, pits, and enemy warriors, they hasten to gain ground, denying their opponents the opportunity to stake a claim on the ruined fortress. At the same time, Tarantulos, the Broodmaster, leader of the Tarantulos Brood, psychically orders his swarms of horrid arachnids to scuttle forth, acting as swift scouts, ready to spot the enemy with their eightfold eyes. Peering into the mists, neither legionary nor broodkin see their enemy, though their voices and footfalls are heard through the inhibiting vapors.
Woe betide any eight-legged horror that crosses my path.
These ruins shift beneath our feet like the swarming of hatchlings.
The Ogre's approach is noticed.
We hear the Brood's approach. We welcome them.
Biding their time, the rest of the Tarantulos Brood spring into action. The Broodkin position themselves out of reach of their enemies' hammers, while their own longer scythes are readied to strike. Tarantulos whips himself into a murderous frenzy.
We must rend your flesh, stunted one.
Ha! You weak bug, man! Oh, a chaos balls! I felt that one!
The prelude to slaughter has ended, and the Tarantulos Brood have the advantage. but the Iron Golems are just getting started. The mist lingers.
If I die, I'll take ya with me, ya freak!
Kragos the Armator displays his martial prowess.
Taste hammer!
His diminutive stature belies his ferocious might.
Ya squishy insect!
Their champion slain. The hive mind seek to repay the favor.
We carve your flesh. Revenge.
But the Iron Golems are as hard as their namesake. No time to mourn the dead when enemies remain to be slain. The Broodkin retain the resilience of the arachnid, whose mutagens course through their veins.
We shall consume you.
The Iron Golem's exceptional armor serves them well, as do their deadly weapons.
Fighters, feast on their flesh.
The swarms of spiders find bare flesh in which to sink their myriad fangs. Spotting his prey, Ogro laughs with delight.
Oh, my spiderlings.
Now crush you with toll!
Fodder for the swarm.
Volcron impels his fighters to action.
Crush all who stand in your way!
Okmaris the Doomweaver sneaks his way forward through the mist. But already an Iron Legionary is on an intercept route, unbeknown to either of them. The Broodkin seek to halt the Drillmaster's advance toward the higher ground of the fortress quarters. And still the Tarantulos Brood, despite the loss of their champion, hold the advantage, retaining control of the majority of the fortress grounds. If the Iron Golem want to claim the ruins for themselves, they must thin out the swarm's numbers. The mist finally dissipates, laying bare the ruins to the eyes of all combatants battling over its possession. Death to all who cross the Okron's path. His might is unmatched. He cannot be stopped. The melee continues. Mighty blows are exchanged.
Taste of them.
Who approaches the deciding factor in this fight? Hammers pulverize broodkin flesh. The drill master bravely rushes forward to engage the enemy.
By aeons-old, I must have this fortress! Now die!
We yet live. Yes, yes, feast upon the flesh.
Take the high ground! Guard it with your life! As you command, Domina.
Your flesh will feed the brood.
Death claims even the brave and skillful. The last of the Tarantulos Brood's superior numbers swarm towards their objective. Despite their losses, The Gestalt entity's unflinching tenacity and willingness to self-sacrifice mean that the numerically inferior warriors of the Iron Golem hadn't a chance. Though superior in strength, armor, and weaponry, the Iron Golems lack fleetness of foot, but above all, numbers. They fight with ferocity, yes, and spirit, but ultimately, it is not enough.
Fall back! Fall back!
They retreat back to the hills, shamed. The day belongs to the Tarantulos Brood.
The eightfold watcher guides us. Victory!